YouTubers around across. Well, today we're going to do like a ranking video on dogs today, because obviously dog videos are the ones that I quite enjoy really, because they look like resemble our dogs in real life. So I thought I'd rank them by myself today, because obviously if I was doing it with Wendy or maybe Melba for example, it might take forever, but at least this time we can just do it just you and me, okay? Right, let's get into it, shall we? So our first villager is Big. He's a non-villager. The thing is, I have done her house on Hangout in Paradise, and it's like a little garden sort of area, but I quite like it. But the thing is, I haven't had her on my island like in general, but I would like to have her at some point. But I know you guys are a big fan of B, but obviously B is definitely a fan favourite. But obviously, I know my nose she might be a fan favourite. Who knows? But I know there's a few YouTubers like her, but I know Curie does, because she says every time she goes into Orn, she has B right there. But obviously B is quite a lovely dog bitch, but I don't know what she resembles though, so I might have to look that up after the video. But obviously I'm probably going to give her around a top of a 9 out of 10, because I'm not going to think about 10 out of 10 for a second, because if I was going to do 10 out of 10, I would recommend one of my favourites, but because she's not one of my favourites, I give her a 9, so that's my little explanation for that. But let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Benjamin, who's a lady villager. The thing is, he looks like a golden retriever or maybe a Labrador, because you could tell by design. But I know some of you are not a big fan of Benjamin for some reason, but I can sort of agree on you on that, because his design sort of puts you off, because sometimes you think to yourselves, on that villager hunt, am I going to get Goldie? Is that Goldie? It's Benjamin. Well, that's what I mean. Sometimes I see a few YouTubers who go and get Goldie, and they say, it's Benjamin. You know what I mean? It's like her brother comes first to show off his little spotlight, but I feel really sorry for him. But I feel like I'm not sure I'm going to give him, but it won't be a low. I'm probably going to give him a 5 out of 10, only for a safe option, because sometimes when it comes to 5 out of 10s, I just feel like, well, if they need a 5 out of 10 to keep them safe in a little safe spot, well, that's what I'll give to Benjamin, because Benjamin, he doesn't scare me. I think he's, needs some little helping hand, needs more fans out there and more that actually want him on their islands, because I feel really bad for him, He just needs more of a fan base. Because I know there's a few videos that have got a lot of fan base. What about Benjamin, for example? Poor Benjamin. You know what I mean? Let's get to the next one. So our next one is Biscuit, who's a lady villager. Well, the thing is, Biscuit, he has this sort of cool aesthetic around him. I don't know why I always use this word aesthetic today, but I'm probably going to use it anyway, because I like how he looks like a bit like a spooky sort of dog because of the eyes. It sort of gives her that spooky detail. So I'm sort of thinking to myself, he does suit Gothcore and maybe fairycore, if you will say that, because as you can tell, I don't think you can see much of the shirt, because I might have covered it up a little bit. You can see like a little eye, like a cat, with little eyes coming out like missiles or lasers coming out of it. I think there's a lot of lasers as well. That's what I mean. He's definitely one of those villagers that you just want to have on your island, because he'll fit both aesthetics, fairycore and Gothcore. So I recommend him, to be honest. But what am I going to rank him? To be honest, it's going to be a 9 out of 10 again. But obviously, I would have given him a 10 out of 10, really. But because he's not one of my favourites, he has to be a 9 out of 10. But the thing is, I do like how his design's well done, isn't it? And plus, even though his ears look even more aesthetically pleasing, because they look like socks. But that looks quite good on him now. It makes him stand out from all other dogs, Right, let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next one is Bones. Well, the thing is, Bones, he looks like one of those dogs you would want to have on a farm core island. So I would recommend him as a farm core villager of choice, of my own choice, really. But the thing is, I'm trying to think what dog breed he is, but I'm thinking maybe a border collie, but I can't think he might be a border collie. Yeah, I'm getting confused between what breed of dog he is, but that's what I mean. It's going to be quite hard for me. But I know that Coffee Girl Gaming actually likes this one, because she always talks about Bones, but I wonder if Bones is still on her island, because it'd be nice to see her on the cafe and see if I could try and see Bones for once. But at the same time, what am I going to give him? It's going to be quite a hard one because of his design, really. 8 out of 10? Well, I wasn't thinking of 8 out of 10, but I was thinking maybe 8 out of 10 might just suit him a little bit better because I like his design in general, but I'm thinking if he wants to go to the top, so I'm going to give him an 8 at the moment because I'm not really sure what to give him, like, you know, a 9 or 7, you know what I mean? I always get confused between the both, so that's why I'll go with an 8 just to be on the safe side. So let's get to the next one, Shep. So our next one is Butch, who's a cranky villager. Well, the thing is, Butch, he is one of those dogs you feel like, yeah, he's well chilled out. He's not that cranky, really. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's kind of, I like his design pretty much. I think he might be like a Dalmatian, well, or maybe a Basset Hound. I have no idea what dog breed he is. I think I'll be doing a lot of guessing today on that. Well, the thing is, what am I going to give him? Well, Butch is definitely, like, you know, one of my favourites, even though I've not encountered him in the game, though. So it's going to be, like, a quick one to, like, you know, do, which is going to be 10 out of 10. Because, obviously, Butch is one of those chilled-out crankies that you just want your on, like, desperately, don't you? Do you want a chilled-out one, or do you want a, you know, a cranky one? Well, I wouldn't, because cranky ones I'll say no to. So he's definitely more chill, he's more relaxed than some of the trankies. That's what I'll probably say, really, but that's what I mean, really. But let's get to the next part, okay? So our next one is Cherry, who's a sister villager. Well, the thing is, Cherry, she looks more of a chilled out sort of, like, you know, Sicily villager. But the thing is, she does give off goth vibes, so I'm sort of thinking again, gothcore vibes for you guys. If you really want Cherry on your own, then I recommend it because she's goth related and that stuff. The thing is, Cherry's got that gothcore sort of vibe that, like, really gets everyone, like you know, going and saying, "Oh, hi, Cherry, what are you doing today?" and that stuff. Thing is, she has got a bit of a big fan base, to be honest. I think I see a lot of fans around Cherry, so I'm thinking she's gonna get high from me, which would be a 9 really, because I would have given her a 10, but again, if she's not one of my favourites, she's definitely getting a 9. That's what I mean by that. Let's get to the next part, shall we? So our next one is Cookie, who's a paid villager of today. Well, the thing is, Cookie, she looks like, you know, one of those villagers that are like, you know, like a lighter pink and pastel pink or something like that. All those are light colours, actually a good combination, but I'm thinking she might be a very good villager to go for if you want to have her on like a very court iron for example. But for me, I don't know why, but I can't stand like you know, the pinkness, all like the lighter colours. I can't really stand them sometimes, but for me, I like her combination of the colours of, like, you know, lighter pink and the dress, which is lighter blue. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna give her a 9 out of 10 because the design's, like, you know, spotless. That's all I can probably say about her really. But let's get to the next part, shall we? So our next one is Daisy, who's a novice. Well, the thing is, Daisy's design's, like, you know, pretty, like, spot on because I like how they've combined the colours around, like, you know, pastel colours. And plus, I like how her ears are, like, you know, lavender coloured because lavender's definitely a good colour, like you know, a pastel colour that I quite like. And I can imagine if I was Daisy, what would you do every day? Well, pick flowers with lavender on, wouldn't you? That's what I mean. I think I can refer Daisy as like a flower lover. That's what I could probably say about her. But for me, what would I rank her out of? To be honest, I don't know, but I'm thinking 9 out of 10 again. I don't know why I keep going 9 out of 10 today. I keep doing it. I keep actually going with 9 out of 10. But the thing is, it's a design that, like, you know, puts me in that direction of 9 out of 10, doesn't it? So I've got to go with 9 out of 10, but who knows? I might not be doing too much with 9 out of 10 today. Who knows? But let's get to the next part. So our next villager is Goldie. Well, the thing is, Goldie is definitely one of my favourite villagers of all time because one thing I keep thinking to myself, is she a golden retriever or is she a, you know, a Labrador? But obviously I keep mentioning it half the time because I remember doing that facts on villagers on her previously, so you might be familiar with her, like, literally right now. But obviously for me, to be honest, 10 out of 10 because her design's pretty good. It's like well designed. She's one of those villagers you just want to, like, have on your arm, like, every day and have, like, a kind face every day as well. The thing is, I know that her normal personality also suits her very well because sometimes when you come and see, like, normal villagers in particular, they'll, like, you know, offer you something, and plus they're very, like, friendly to you when you go and see them half the time when they're in their houses or outside, or just looking at flowers. Who knows what they're up to, but let's get to the next villager, shall we? So our next villager of the day is Lucky, who's a lady villager. Well, the thing is, Lucky gives off like this like spooky vibe because obviously he's wrapped in like, bandages, so it's going to resemble a zombie. So I'm thinking to myself, what vibes does he give me? Gothcore vibes. So I'm thinking another one for Gothcore Island. I'll recommend Lucky because Lucky would fit because it's the design that counts. Because if you're looking for like Gothcore villagers, there'll be a few dog villagers up your street because Lucky is definitely one of them, Cherry's one of them, and also Biscuit. So that's 3 dogs in a row, so you would definitely do well with that. But obviously, what I'm going to give Lucky, well, honestly, I'm thinking maybe around an 8 because I'm not going to go 9 out of 10 again because obviously I'm going to do it too many times. I think, oh no, not another 9 out of 10. Oh, how many have I done? Well, I don't know, but I'm just thinking to myself, just be on the safe side, let's give him an 8 because I do like his design very much, but I just wish there was a bigger fan base for him. That's what I mean, really. Let's get to the next one. So our next one is Mac, who's a dogfish. Well, the thing is, Mac, I like how he's got a funny expression on his face. Because not all dogs have funny expressions, but he does. It just, chuckles me a little bit, I like how he's got that funny expression on his face. He looks like he's going to start bursting to laughter or something like that. You know what I mean? He's got that expression on his face that I kind of like. And the thing is, I'm not sure what I'm probably going to give him, but I think it might have to be around maybe a 9 out of 10. Or maybe an 8 out of 10. Maybe I should just stick to an 8 because I don't want to do too many 9 out of 10s, do I? So maybe I'm just going to go with an 8 for him. But the thing is, he hasn't got much of a fan base either, so even though the next one you might want to notice might be somebody else that you might think has more of a bit of a fan base. Who knows who that dog visual will be? Let's find out, shall we? So our next one is Madwell. The thing is, I know for sure if you like playing that, Have Your Own Paradise DLC, if you're doing a house, it's like, like a streamer sort of, like a no office or like a little streamer sort of area that she's got. And I was thinking to myself, wow, Maddie, your like Have Your Own Paradise thing looks like amazing and awesome. It's like she's like one of those like YouTube streamers or something like that, or maybe a Twitch streamer, but who knows. But I'm just thinking to myself, well, Maddie's got a lot of potential when it comes to doing Have Your Own Paradise, because sometimes when you go into Have Your Own Paradise doing a house, it looks more streamer based, and I thought, well, that's pretty good. She's got her own like little YouTube area, maybe she's got her own little YouTube channel or something like that. That's what I mean. I think Have Your Own Paradise has put a lot of potential in these villages that we haven't seen before. So maybe that's why we got more. Maybe we just got more fan bases around them. But the thing is, what am I gonna give Maddie in my own opinion? Well, to be honest, because of the design, I'm sort of thinking I don't want to go low a little bit. I'm thinking. The thing is, I've not actually met her before, but I'm not sure what I'm going to probably give her. It's going to be like a bit of a hard one because of the design. One thing, she's got a better house interior in, Have Your Own Paradise, and she's got a good knife over there, and I just don't know what I'm going to give her, so it's going to be quite a hard one, so I'm probably going to have to go with probably an 8 out of 10, but I don't want to keep going with 8s, but I think I'm going to have to go with one for her, because if I keep too many of 9 out of 10s, it's going to get complicated for all of you, and I know it's quite hard, because you want to make sure there's a variety of different ranks that it can be ranked in, but I don't want to do too many of 9 out of 10s, and it just get, too much, so that's what I mean, Miz. Let's get to the next one, shall. So our next one is Marcel, who's a lady visual. The thing is, I know none of you are a big fan of Marcel, but obviously I'm not really a big fan of him either, but I'm not sure what I'm probably going to give him, but I'm doubting a 4 out of 10 because his design's sort of, okay-ish, but on the other hand, he's got a bit of a creepy side of him that I don't like, so that's why I've given him a 4 out of 10, because his design's not that off-putting, but at the same time, if you guys not one of those ones that don't like, what he sort of looks like, I don't know what to say about him, really. But at the same time, let's get to the next video, shall we? Because it's like we've been doing this for hours on end, So our next villager is Portia, who's a snoo villager. Well, the thing is, she resembles a Dalmatian, so that's a good side. But again, you know she's got that little witchy sort of costume that she's wearing right there. Do you think she might be like a witch? You know, one of those evil witches go like, ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? But I'm sort of thinking to myself is that Portia, she might be a witch, but what else does she give you as it comes to vibes? Well, I'm thinking maybe gothcore vibes again, so, or maybe like fairycore vibes, but I don't think fairycore will fit that well. Never just stick with gothcore, to be honest. So I recommend it being a gothcore video. So that's definitely a few dogs on the list. That makes it 4 dogs. 4 dogs. Really? That's pretty good, isn't it? But obviously for me, I'm trying to think what should I give her, because I know she's a snooty, but sometimes I rank snooties like low or give them a safe spot. But to be honest, with Portia, it might be a 6 for a change. Because obviously I'm thinking the design's alright, but the thing is, am I going to, understand her temperament when it comes to her? You know, sometimes some snooties are a bit, mean towards you. Some of them aren't that mean to you, but you never know, do you? Snooties have their own little habits sometimes, like personal habits that I want to share with you sometimes, you know what I mean? Right, let's get to the next one. So our next one is Shep, who's our first small villager for today. Well, the thing is, for me, I do like his design because I like how he's got a lot of hair, covering his eyes. It sort of gives me that vibe of thinking, yeah, some dogs do have that, so he might be like a sort of dog breed that I might have to look up, because I have no idea what Shep actually resembles, like a dog in real life, but I can't think of. But the thing is, he is a good one. He's one of those dogs that I'm thinking that needs a high. To be honest, it would have to be around an 8 out of 10, because sometimes you don't know what he's sort of like. But to me, I think Shep's definitely a character you just want. And also, he looks definitely different from some of the dogs because of his design. It just makes him stand out more. And he's definitely one of those posh dogs you just want on your island. That's what I'll probably say about that. Let's get to our last video of today, eh? So our last villager of the day is Walker, who's another lazy villager. Well, the thing is, Walker, he's definitely one of those dogs that I'm thinking to myself, I know what he actually assembles. It's a husky, but even though he might not look like a husky with like pointy ears, he might have down like ears. But the thing is, I do like his design, but half the time I feel like he needs some more love. But obviously, as a fan base, if you got guys like Walker fans and probably Lucky fans, then feel free to put them both into one story, like a short film, for example. But the thing is, having watching them Evil Imp sort of ones, you know that he used Walker as, to assemble Lucky when he didn't have any bandages on. I thought that was quite clever how he did that. Well, for me, I feel like Walker's definitely a good character to have, because he's quite chill, because all lasers are like that. They're chill, they just don't want to do anything, and plus, all they want to do is snack, and even even be so greedy and just want to eat all the food in one go. You never know, do you, with lazies? But obviously for me, what am I going to give Walker? To be honest, I have no idea, but it might have to be just an 8 out of 10, because I'm not going to say 9 out of 10, of course. If I say 9 out of 10, constant, you're thinking, oh my, not another 9 out of 10. How many should you done? You know what I mean? I don't want to do too many 9 out of 10s, because otherwise it's just going to get, too much, isn't it? But wow, that's a lot of dogs to rank today, because obviously I think there are 16 of them that I had to rank today, but obviously all of them are one of those unique individuals, and they're quite, a good pair to rank if I want to keep ranking them, because you get a lot of highs out of them, But otherwise, if some species of villagers, not all of them get highs sometimes. Sometimes if it's just their design that just puts me off sometimes, you never know. It just happens just straight away, so that's what I could probably say, really. Make sure to leave a like on this video. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see more of my content, please subscribe, because there's a variety of content that you might actually enjoy, which involves Animal Crossing content, Metopia content, and the Pokemon content. It depends if I want to get doing Pokemon content soon enough, but even though I try and do it, it never pans out, so that's what I could probably say about that. And also turn on notifications for further Animal Crossing, Metopia content and Pokemon content from me. That's what I can say, really. So bye from Animal Crossing. I'll see you next one. So bye.